Let's get a couple 0 to 60 times in the 24 valve Cummins. First run is with the edge comp box off. Gonna time it on the stopwatch of my phone, and 3, 2, 1, go. Well, that didn't work so well. I might have to get a passenger to help me out, but I did go to hit the stop button and actually exited out of the app. So when I went to pull the app back up, it actually said 11.91 seconds, but when I opened the app, the stopwatch was still running. So I don't have that time to show you, unfortunately, but I promise it said 11.91 seconds, 0 to 60. And that's with the edge comp off, and my EGTs were climbing real quick, so I don't even know if I want to turn it on even like level 1 or 2 and floor down on the throttle like that, because I have a feeling that the EGTs will just be like wham and slam right up there 1200 real quick, and I'll just have to back off before I even get to 60. All right, so I'm pulled over quick on the side of the road. We're gonna try this one more time. I gotta make sure that there's no cars coming. There is one way back there behind me, but I think if we take off and go quick, we'll be all right. I lied. We're gonna let this truck and this other car get past me because they're already going 55 and we got a good long straight. So we're gonna let them get up there ahead of us a little bit, and then 0 to 60, edge comp box off, 2001 24 valve Cummins. 11.91 is what the stopwatch said last time. What's it gonna say this time? Somewhere around there. If I can hit the stop button, here we go. Three, 2, 1, go. Oh, I'm spinning, shit. Well, where is it? Can we see? Of course not, because the polarizer on my camera isn't gonna show the time, but it says 11.52. Come on, can you see it through that weird color? So I have a thing on my lens that is to help with sun and just get a better picture while I'm filming, and it's making my phone look all funky. But that does say 11.52, and that would have been a little lower if I wasn't spinning because the roads are wet. I tried to take off somewhat gentle because I don't know the condition of the transmission on this truck, and obviously I don't want to damage it because I have to live with it for a little bit, and I can't afford to shell out thousands right now to have this thing rebuilt. But I feel like the truck, once I got rolling and then I decided to lay into it, we definitely would get a lower time if the trans was built and I could just punch it right now. And that's with very minimal mods, and that's the edge comp box off. But I know that we could get better times if I didn't have to worry about the transmission, the roads were dry, the tires didn't spin, and definitely if we turned the edge comp box on and we didn't have to worry about stuff, and this truck had head studs and things, was built a little bit more, we'd be golden. But I'm cool with that, man. I don't need some truck that's gonna be 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and running a quarter mile in 9 seconds. This truck is meant to just be a good work truck that has a little pep in its step, a little fun truck to drive, you know what I mean? So I'm totally cool with that. That felt fun enough for me, and it's only gonna get a little more fun with some more stuff that we have coming down the line for this truck in the next coming month. And then eventually we are gonna have to probably look to bite the old bullet and send the trans out and get that thing just beefed up a little bit. But hopefully with me being able to show you that time of 11:52, and when I get to the house here in a second, I'll pop the thing off the lens. I still have it on my phone and I'll show you so it's a little bit more clear. So we're at the house now, and the reason I wanted to do this 0 to 60 thing is to see how slow my 2001 24 valve Cummins is in its current state. So let's go over what I have on the truck. We have the edge comp box right there, and as you can see, that is off. I've been running the truck with that thing turned off. Once in a while I'll turn it on when I'm on the main road, just for going up and down the hills there. It does help carry the truck up the hills a little bit better. Not that the truck can't handle it fine on its own, but that definitely, I just turn it on, and look, if I press the power button, it'll be on level 1. So it's just on level 1/5, and that's where I leave it, and it just gives it that little extra oomph. So we got that down there that's all hooked up to the truck, and we have a 4-inch turbo back exhaust on the truck, a 4-inch Silverline turbo back exhaust. So obviously that's helping to cool the truck a little bit, the EGTs, and helping the truck to breathe and opening it right up. I have had thoughts of doing some different stuff with the exhaust system. I will say that I've had thoughts of maybe swapping the 4-inch for a 5-inch exhaust, just to allow a little bit more airflow through there, especially when we do the new turbo and change the HY35 out with the HX35. I think it'd be beneficial to actually step the exhaust up 1 inch and run a 5-inch exhaust. But there's other things that I was thinking of with the exhaust too, as far as a different exiting point on the truck. I'm not gonna tell you where I want it to exit, but I'm thinking. I still don't know. I'm a little unsure if I really want to do this or not. We might do something with it. Just put it that way. So we got 1, 2, 3 gauges at 5 horsepower each, so that's an extra 15 horsepower right there. In all seriousness though, we do have the 125 horsepower injectors installed in the truck. Now we're not getting the full benefit out of those yet, because we don't have all the air supply that we need to burn that extra fuel. So really, when I lay into the truck right now, the HY35 is spinning up. It's literally lighting and firing up so quickly, and then it just sounds like it's screaming, man, like almost so high that you can't hear it, and that scares me, which is why I need to be careful with the truck right now. And those couple little runs are getting into it a little bit. Not gonna hurt it, but I can't be doing that crap full time in a lot, because we need to make sure that we have sufficient airflow to burn that extra fuel. And when we do get that airflow, which is the main reason that I was doing this, is because we want to be able to look back on this time right here and see what the 2001 24 valve Cummins did in a 0 to 60 run on the street before we do the HX35 turbo work and put that turbo in. So as you know, we're gonna have that thing. It's not gonna be your average run-of-the-mill HX35. It is gonna be more or less a performance turbo in an HX35 body. So I wanna do that because it's still keeping the smaller configuration of the compressor housing in the turbo in general, but it's gonna up the compressor wheel in the turbine so that it will force and push more air. But having it be a smaller housing still with the bigger wheels, it'll still allow it to light up and boost quicker. There won't be as much lag as if I were to put like a S400 series on the truck. It wouldn't want to boost up at low RPMs as much, and it would take a minute for it to light, and then it would, and we'd be rolling. But we want to get that boost down low so it gets the truck moving, which is why people do compound systems, because you have the one small charger and then the one big charger. So you get that small charger that lights up in that low RPM band, and then it carries on up into the big charger for when the big charger lights, and that will carry you through the high RPM bands, and you basically are just, you're boosting, and it's good for towing. But that's my thought process behind the HX35 and why I want to modify that into a bigger turbo that looks stock, so we'll get more performance out of it, but it'll still light up and ignite the truck at lower RPMs and get us up and moving quicker. We also have a big honking air filter under the hood. You guys have probably seen that in past videos when I'm under there doing stuff to the truck. So we are sucking a little bit more air than the factory air box, but we're not getting that true cold air that we would from a cold air intake that basically mounts up to where your stock filter used to be, but has the hole cut in it for the cold air to come up through the fender and feed into the air filter box. That's where you're getting that true cold air from. So with the big honking air filter, yeah, you're getting far more air than you would with that stock filter in, but you're not getting cold air because the filter is exposed under the engine, or in the engine bay under the hood. So you're sucking that warm air from there and getting a very small dose of cold air that comes up through the fender. So I can only imagine that our little 0 to 60 time, when we get this HX35 and we get it done and we get it on the truck, obviously our 0 to 60 time is gonna drop a little bit. How much? I don't know. We'll have to check that when the time comes and see what the difference is. And it'll also drop hopefully a little bit more once we throw the cold air intake and new intake horn on the truck to go with the turbo and the injectors. But I'm gonna shut up now and go in the house and just kind of chill out for the rest of the day. Unfortunately, it was raining, so I was trying to think of something that I could do to get some video up on the channel, and I figured, you know what? I want to know what the truck is what it can do 0 to 60 right now, the way it sits, and then I want to have something to reflect back on and compare it to as we go down the road and start to repair more things and mod some more stuff and all that stuff. So I thought, why not? Rainy day, I'm driving home, let's do that and see how she performs. And there you go. I think we could have done better if we didn't spin, and if, you know, we could lay into the throttle right from the start, not worry about the transmission exploding all over the street. But that's gonna do it from me. I am going inside right now, so drop a like on this video on your way out. Subscribe if you're new, if you haven't done it already. I don't know why. We got a lot of stuff happening and going on here in the future. So yeah, just join the family, man. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. And there you go. There's your 11.52. Oh yeah, and a freaking bird flew in front of me too on my way home. Look it, there's its feather. Stupid thing. Literally hit the honeycomb, bounced right up over the truck. I don't know what the hell goes through their heads. But I wanted to show you that we did take out our homemade winter front, and we threw it away because it's gonna be warm now, and next winter we will not use that again. We're gonna order a real deal one from Gino's Garage. That flipping grill badge though. Oh man, I'm in love with that thing.